Hi, my name is Kayla Reacano, and for my project, I did an injury prevention program on shin splints. For my client, I chose Leslie Pulido, who has been a track athlete for 5 years now, but unfortunately, being a track athlete can come with a risk, and that risk can be shin splints. And unfortunately, Leslie is one of those athletes where she experiences a bunch of shin splints. Now, what are shin splints? Shin splints are when the muscles and the bones become so overworked that they become irritated. And they are also known as a medial tibial stress syndrome, and it is a chronic injury. There are two types of shin splints, though, and those are true shin splints and exertional or also false shin splints. True shin splints occur on the lateral side of the tibia, and false shin splints occur on the border of the tibia, or in other words, in front of the tibia. In this case, Leslie has false shin splints because her pain is mainly located in front of her tibia. Some common causes of shin splints could be repeated stress to the bone, like running. It could also be flat feet, and it could also be bad shoes, like Vans, or typically any shoe with no arch support. Now, there are various treatments to help prevent shin splints. Some treatments I would recommend are icing after activity to help with the swelling and the pain, stretching before activity, so quad stretches, calf stretches, all that good stuff. And also having better shoes with arch support or also getting orthotics is a good solution. Now, if we don't do anything about the shin splints, it could lead up to more damage, and more damage could mean a stress fracture. So we want to avoid that at all costs. My program consists of three different sections. The first section I'm going to be talking about is stretching. I had her do three stretches. The first one was the standing calf stretch, and that's in this picture shown here. Then I had her do calf raises, and that's in this picture here. Then I had her do seated toe raises, and that's in this picture. For the standing calf stretch, I had her hold the position for 30 seconds on each leg and repeat it twice. Then the calf raises, I had her do 3 sets of 15, and the seated toe raises, I had her do 2 sets of 15 on each foot. The next thing I had her do is roll out her muscles. I've made her focus on three muscles: the tibialis anterior muscle, the calf muscles, and the hamstrings. As you can see here, she's using a foam roller to roll her tibialis anterior, her hamstrings, and her calves. I had her roll them out for 15 to 30 seconds each leg, and you can also use a lacrosse ball or a foam roller, whichever. The last part is the strengthening section. I had her do three exercises. The first one was the gas pedals with resistance band or an alternative of leggings, and that's in this picture shown here. Then the next thing I did was the calf raises and the lunges. For the gas pedals, I had her do 2 sets of 15 on each leg. For the calf raises, I made her do 3 sets of 15, and the lunges, I had her do 15 on each leg and repeat it 2 times. For my baseline measurements, I wanted to see if Leslie's shin splint pain would decrease with the stretches or if it would stay the same or even increase. For the standing calf stretches, she rated her pain a 3 out of 10, her calf raises a 5 out of 10, her seated toe raises a 2 out of 10. Now, I want to go more into detail about what her cardio is. And her cardio is basically she does a treadmill interval run and she does 25 seconds on and 35 seconds off with a 10% incline. And she repeats it 5 to 8 times. Her shin splint pain after the cardio and the stretches was a 8 out of 10, which was expected since it was the first day. But after 2 weeks of doing the program, the measurements were a bit all over the place, with her stretches being more painful now than it was the first day. For example, her standing calf stretch was a 5 out of 10, her calf raises were a 4 out of 10, and her seated toe raises were a 7 out of 10. But her shin splint pain after her cardio and the stretches was a 7 out of 10, so there was a slight difference there. So to compare the measurements side by side, you can see that the stretches after 2 weeks was more painful than the first day, but the shin splint pain decreased by a little bit, so it was a little effective, but not that crazy. So the stretches, the rolling, and the strengthening, it all helped somewhat. Now, although the stretches turned out to be more painful in the end, there was a slight difference in her shin splint pain, thankfully. And throughout the 2 weeks, Leslie did tell me that she didn't have any shin splints on some days, but it wasn't that regularly, so it was super rare when that happened. Overall, she did enjoy the program and she thinks it somewhat helped her, and that's all that really matters. She might continue to do the program, but that is to be determined. So, yeah, thank you for watching.